Hello everyone, welcome back to Logic Bombs. That's what this game is called. Just starting row 4. Thought there might be some new rule or idea, but it looks like no. Because I think the start of row 3 last time was when they taught me that 0 bombs were allowed, as I recall. I don't know. Could be wrong about that. What? This looks extremely symmetrical. How do you resolve the question of where these bombs are going? It's not quite symmetrical in that, like, from top to bottom, there's space to, for example, put 2 walls here, whereas from side to side, they're actually at the borders. Huh. What? Yeah, where do you start? Like, I don't know where any of these bombs go yet. It's a little difficult for this bomb to get here, but I don't think it's impossible, is it? Suppose we did that. Maybe it would be impossible. Let's try it. Let's say we had the walls here and here, and this went all the way up. Well, we'd have to do the same over here, because this bomb can't reach anywhere else. And that would... Oops. That would give us all this. Seems fine, though, right? And this. I don't see anything wrong with this. We'd then be faced with a similar choice. What do you do with these guys? They go up. It's difficult, but not impossible. Right, we could do this. We don't get to fill this in. I'm kind of... What if I just did this for all of these? Is there some reason this is suddenly going to break? It doesn't look like it. It looks like you can just do this. But I don't know why. Take me back to that puzzle. Oh, okay, yeah. Right. I mean, I don't want to erase my progress, but I want to know why... Okay, I guess I do want to erase my progress. Let's try that level again. Why couldn't it go like this? We'd then have to do this, of course. Of course, these go down. But I don't see why this one is forced to go any particular direct, like, right? It seems like I could just try, oh, I don't know, I'll try doing it like this. But I could equally try doing it like this. They both seem possible. So maybe the point on this puzzle is to start in the middle? Like these 4s are imposing important constraints, maybe? They don't look like it. Yeah, I mean, I'm unsatisfied with my solution to the puzzle because I basically just made 3 guesses that seemed interesting and they were all right. How symmetrical is this puzzle? There's perfect horizontal or mirrored symmetry. I guess you'd say lateral from the left to the right side of the clues here. And also the clues here. This, I think, is not interesting. The gem could be anywhere. Over here would be the same as being here. So I think we can pretend this is just an open square. So then there's perfect rotational symmetry in the grid. I think if the grid were also laterally symmetrical instead of rotationally symmetrical, there wouldn't be a solution, right? There wouldn't be a unique solution, because how could there be? Well, I guess there could be if the solution were also laterally symmetrical. Which I think in the end it actually was? I don't know. Maybe it was rotationally symmetrical, I don't remember. But it seems like the only starting point is understanding how those 2 symmetries of, well, 3, I guess, vertical and horizontal lateral symmetry of clues interact with the rotational symmetry of the grid to find some point where you can actually do something. Okay, maybe there's a thought about how do we have to bridge these 2 poles, right? How do we do that? There's going to have to be some row where we do this, right? Maybe we like, how do we get from this square to this square? Well, we could go across, or we could bridge somewhere else, or you could imagine going like up, over, and around, but that's the same as just connecting these 2 squares. There has to be at least one row where there are no mines in the middle. If it were here, we'd have this connection happening, but I don't see why it would have to be there. Why couldn't it be here? And then have all of these connect down. Which, by the way, is what ended up happening. Okay, so I guess then, why can't you do this? You'd have to do this as well, but that's fine. And then these guys, I mean, they could go up if they wanted. Okay, maybe that's an interesting point to start from. Is there some reason this is wrong? It would certainly force walls here and here, which would require this, which would require this. And also, of course, this has to go across. So if I connect these across, the outer ones also have to go across, but I still feel like these could go up if they wanted. So maybe that's still the wrong starting point. If I did this, the inner ones, that doesn't really force anything, does it? I don't think so. Well, it forces at least one of these two to go across, because they can't all go down, or I wouldn't have anywhere to place walls on this section. And since we saw that this one forces this one, if I have either this or this, I definitely have this one. So it seems like these going across forces the outer ones to go across. Okay. But this still doesn't look like a problem. Because these could go down or across. Right? Like, why couldn't these go across? Now I have to do all this, but that seems okay. Aha! I end up connecting these ones to both in order to get the columns done. Okay, so I've found... something. I eventually got to a contradiction, but I think it was by multiple layers of bifurcation, which is not satisfying. But it seemed like the issue was if I did this, I ended up having to put walls here, which meant I couldn't put walls here and I ran into problems. We saw that that forces this at least. But I think that was just me saying, why couldn't this go this way, right? Like, if I did this, would I be okay? Presumably not, but why not? And then I get this, which means these have to go up here. So somehow, no matter what I do with these innermost ring, I end up having to connect them vertically, whether I connect them horizontally or not. Why? What's the deeper explanation behind this? Total wall count in a way, maybe? Yeah, I guess it's sort of... I forget. When I did this, I found that these have to go across, right? Because if they go down, I run into trouble. It's sort of like... I just sort of run out of places I can put walls. They all get drawn into this center where they're not useful. Yeah, maybe this puzzle is sort of about how to keep bombs from hitting multiple enemies. And there just aren't that many total walls. We know how many there are. Well, except in this row, in these two rows, we don't know. But in rows other than these two... Well, let's look at columns. That tells us total bomb count for sure. 6, 10, 20. There are 20 total walls. And 8 of them are in the center. So I only have 12 walls to work with in the outer 6 columns. Ah, and actually, okay, since I know there are 20, how about on the edge? Ah, okay, I finally see why. There are 20 total bombs. This is the first time I've had to think much about total bombs. So there is something new in this row, in a sense. There are 20 total bombs in the puzzle. And on the rows, if you don't count the question marks, I can only account for 16 of them. So the question mark rows must account for 4 walls total, which means at least one of them can't connect up this way. And we know, okay, let's say this one is the one that goes up. That means this one also has to go up as well. Aha. And so each of these has at least one. Maybe 3, maybe 1, maybe 2. Like maybe they're split 3-1, maybe they're split 2-2, but they're definitely connected that way. And now this 2 tells me these can't connect up, so we have to go down. And these can't connect up, so we have to go down. Okay, I'm much happier now. I finally understand how I was supposed to solve this puzzle. And that's all the... And right. Likewise here, this is all of the mines in these 2 rows. 4 total. I didn't know before that it was 2 and 2, but now I do. And I probably could have guessed that it was 2 and 2 because of the symmetry, but it's not a proof. Now this column needs these. Okay. This row is done. Gotta put 2 here, here. We gotta do the whole central columns. Okay, very good. So this may be trying to introduce me to a new theme they'll be using in this row. Or in this row plus future rows, of course. Think about total bomb count. Excuse me, what? Ah. Well, I would have appreciated if you had told me that before. 39, huh? So you're saying add up... Yeah, okay. This is... why? Okay, fine. I appreciate you letting me figure this out for myself previously. But the fact that I did... I guess... Okay, I could have gotten through the last puzzle just by guessing, which in fact I did. And then this one would be teaching me what I should have learned in the previous puzzle. The column... The row hints sum to 39. And so the column hints must also sum to 39. I don't know why it says 039. That's kind of weird. I guess just it's a 3-digit number like here, 3939. So let me just confirm the math for practice. 12, 20, 33, 39, yes. So here I have 11, 17, 25, 33, 39. So we know these question marks are actually zeros. And this one can't get to here, so this can't be the wall, and that finishes the column. Or here. Oops. This one can't get here, so this can't be the wall, and that finishes this column. It's really hard to draw perfectly straight lines with a mouse over long distances. This, I feel a little bit smugly superior here. For getting the last puzzle right eventually, instead of just moving on after my guess. Because the fact that they had to put this puzzle in to tell you explicitly, it kind of feels to me like they're saying, okay, like, this puzzle was here for good boys who actually work out the whole column total thing on their own. But if you aren't up to that, you can guess your way through it, and then we'll tell you. And then when you get here, it's like, well, you really should have figured this out already. But if you didn't, here's what you should have learned. So I'm the good boy. Oh, it's totaling them for me now? Is that just like a thing it's going to do regularly? I assume it's totaling the ones that don't include question marks, right? Yeah, this is 12, this is 7, 11, yes. So it's saying there's one wall in all of the question mark columns, and it has to be this one, or we'd have two gems touching, so we can do this. And now there's two walls in this area. Well, let's start like that. There you go. Now I can tell you where the two walls are pretty easily. So there's one wall. One of these gems is connected to this area, and the other one's connected over here somewhere. But they can't both be connected here. One of them needs a wall, so this is open. What's happening here? I guess the point is, I'm going to have to draw a diagonal line here, aren't I? Because suppose this were the wall. Then there'd be no wall here. And importantly, let's forget about, that is important. Importantly, no wall here. So I need another one there. And then I'd end up needing another one here. Right? And then I need another one here. But so the point is these three, no matter what's going on over here, these three have to be walls to satisfy this row while not filling in any of these. And filling in any of these would have caused a premature connection between these two gems. So now I have this column done. This 2 here is very weird. What's that all about? And this 2, actually. Oh, I managed to connect this gem up to this monster. So it can't connect to that one anymore. So we can draw in that diagonal that I said I would need. Ta-da! Okay, so it's not just habitually doing totals for me. I thought that might be a new thing it would always do because you need it often, but maybe not. It's a lot of gems. 4 gems for 5 monsters, huh? Okay. So this group has 2... Or it's not 5 monsters. Why did I say that? There's way more than 5 monsters. But... there's 4 groups of monsters now. This gem has to connect up here, and this one has to come down here, clearly. There has to be a wall between here and here, and it has to be one of these 2 to prevent this connection, so it's not there. Likewise, it has to be one of these 2, so it's not... Sorry, it has to be one of these 2, so it's not here. Oh, this row is done, actually. This column is done. The last wall in this row has to stop these 2 groups from connecting. So it can't be either of these 2. Something similar here. This group can't touch this gem. It has to be one of these 2. I think this 7 row is interesting, isn't it? Because... well, not quite. I have to stop this from getting up here, and also this from getting up here, right? So I need at least 1 mine in each, or 1 wall in each of these 2. I'm very mine super build in each of these 2 columns, right? And it has to be exactly 1 because I need the same thing up here. So, but I could put both of them here and not disrupt this 7. I was thinking I had to do like 1 of each, but I don't see why that's true. Oh, this group can't touch this gem. That's crazy talk. And likewise, this gem can't touch this group either. So that gets this column done, and now I have to block this off, and this as well. These gems have to get out, and that does this 7 row. Both 7 rows. Finishing these columns. Okay. Interesting arrangement. A lot of zeros. Okay, well, we can certainly start with this. Which means this has to get out. This 4 needs one of these 2 and one of these 2. It can't be both on either side. But I don't see that as too constraining. Ah, this 2, it needs one of these 2 and one of these 2. It can't have any of this. Okay. Likewise, one of these 2 and one of these 2 can't have any of this. Okay. These three, we need, well, this one for sure, and one of these two, these three, which is all the walls for the row. So this is all clear. We can put a wall here then. There have to be two walls in this area, so this isn't one, and this is. Two walls in this region, so this isn't one, and this is. This has to get out. Three walls here. Well, okay, that's definitely one, and that's definitely one. Now that we have this area marked off, we have the one wall we're allowed on this side of the split, so these can't be. Did something similar happen up here? No, but I can say this for multiple reasons. This has to get out, and this needs two walls in this area. This just all has to be walls. This can't be a wall because I need two in this area. So I got to put a wall there to stop this issue. Oh, that I could have marked at the beginning. Because of this. This has to get out. So I get a wall there. This has to come down. Can I say that this has to be clear? I don't think I can. It could be this one. Couldn't it? How does this group... Yeah, it could be like this. We could connect up that way. I'm just thinking, like, I want to make sure this group doesn't get stranded. And this would be an easy way to fix that problem, but I don't think it's the only way. Oh, this row. This should be... I still need a wall here, so there can't be any of these. And of course that. Could have placed that right at the beginning. Almost done with this column, but not quite, huh? Can only afford one more non-wall. Not sure where it goes. Could have placed this at the beginning too. That does this column. Okay, maybe this whole puzzle would have been easier if I just like noticed where I could put walls at the beginning without doing any thinking at all. This is done, this row. This can't get to here, so we're done with this row. This 7, it needs a lot of walls. But I don't see where. I think I must be missing something pretty simple. But I'm missing it, so I don't know what it is. Could I put the last 3 in this column here? Is that possible? Because if not, I could conclude that this would have to be a wall. I don't see anything immediately wrong with this. I do. Because this area would be cut off. It could connect up to the main group through here, but only by blowing up a monster, which is illegal. So in fact, this has to be one of the walls in the column. And now these have to get out, and we can do this. And finish the column that way. Yeah, this can't be a wall because I still need one here, and that finishes the 7 column. This has to get out, but not to here. Three for the column, and the rows, the 4 is done. Oh man, you're gonna save the 9 for last? Oh, so exciting. Okay, so it is summing them for me when that looks important. Thanks, I appreciate that. So we're learning that the difference between these question marks and these question marks is 7, which is a lot. Yeah, huge. That's so many a lot, right? Because there's only 8 total. And we know then there must be at least 7 in this area. 7 or 8. And therefore this area is 0 or 1. And this can't be 0. Because if this row were 0, we'd have a real problem, right? These 3s would be blowing each other up, and way too many monsters as well. So this row must be 1, and this row must be 0, and these must both be 8. Or 8 total for each. Well, that is impossible. These guys can't get blown up by nothing the way I did it. Okay, what was wrong with that reasoning? Okay, let me confirm that I understand what these totals are saying. 11, 18, 23, 32, 41, yes. 10, 20, 34, yes. So the non-question... Oh, did I get this backward? I did. These sum to 7 more up here, not including the question marks. So these question marks must be 7 less than these question marks, not 7 more. Got it. And then I have the same thing I can say about, well... Wait. This still looks wrong. If these columns have to be 0 and 1... I can't have either of these be 0. That's crazy. Oh! It's not this row and this row. It's this row and this row. I somehow thought it must be symmetrical. Okay. So each of these... How many walls do I need in this area? At least 2, right? I think I could do with just like these 2. Because then these could go up and this could be totally walled off. That would be fine as far as these rows, these are concerned. I think. This would have to go up. Oh no, this would still be a problem. Because only one of these could grab 2 from the side. So I can't have just 1 in each of these columns. There has to be at least 3 total, I think. Maybe at least 4 total. So if I did like... Well, I guess I didn't prove that. I could do this. Maybe this comes out okay as the only 2 walls in these columns. Yeah, I mean, this seems like it could work, right? Maybe. This seems like it's possible. So I think we can say that there is at least 1 wall in each of these. There might be more, there might not. So these 2 have at least 9 walls, right, between them. I'm not even sure if that's the right place to start or something I should use later. It's probably a good place to start. Nine. So that could be 4 here. There's at least 5 in this row. Okay, so what? Does not seem immediately actionable. Oh, this 5. That's a lot. There's only room for 1 non-wall in this whole area. Oh, also, this 1, only 1 wall, it has to be dividing... It has to be in one of these 4 spaces, right? If it were here, for example, okay, these ones wouldn't hit each other, but one of them would get 2 monsters, which isn't allowed. So it has to be in this area. So it can't be either of these. That's pretty cool. So now we can do this. And this 3 now is the only thing that could collect that. Oh, and it can't go this way either. On this side, we have a different problem. Well... Oh. Let's see. I concluded there were at least 9 walls in these 2 question mark rows. And I said, oh, okay, there could be 4 down here. But there can't be. You can't do this, or these guys are stranded. So there's only, at most, 3 in this row, which means at least 6 in this row? Okay, I guess that still doesn't really seem important at the moment. But the last wall in this row has to be one of these 2, because I can't blow up this gem. So those are non-walls, I guess. Doesn't seem too important, though. This row needs 2 more walls, and it can't be both of these, or these would be stranded, so it has to be this one. So now I can connect this up. And that means this is all walls. So this has to go that way. I think I still haven't used the information about these rows at all. I think I'm about to, though. Because I said there's at least 9 between these 2 rows. There's only 2 here. There's at least 7 out of these 8. I guess that's not that important yet. Is it? Maybe it is, because it couldn't be all 8 of them, I don't think, could it? Because if it were, there'd be no way for this bottom half to connect the top half except by having 2 bombs blow each other up. So this total must be exactly 7. And this is exactly 2. So this is 9. Which means this area, these 2 do have a total of 2 walls in them. And they have to be one of these 2 and one of these 2. So they can't be this one. Which I guess I could have figured out more easily by using the logic of this. But okay, here we are. You have to get out. You don't have to get out. You could go like this or something. You have to get out. And that does the column, which does this row. This column is done, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-walls. Oh, this row is done as well. This 7 rows done. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only one non-wall here. It's sort of interesting. How does this ring connect up? It comes through the middle, right? Like, say I did this. I'd then have to do this and this and this. And we have to be able to get to the middle, right? Like these two, for example, or these two. But we know it can't be these two. And it can't be these two either. I don't have enough non-walls in either of these columns to connect up this way. Okay, so I think that's why I can't have it be clockwise, these guys. They have to go counterclockwise. Because if I can do clockwise, this one gets stuck. It can't connect up. Because these two spaces have just, they're too wally. Aren't they? Wait, why couldn't it go like this? 3, 4, 5. It could actually. No, not if I also did this. Yeah. So this area, it has at least one wall here. It doesn't necessarily have a wall here. So it looks as though you could connect up this way. But you can't, because if this is open, then this actually is shut. That's tricky. Okay, but I think we can do this. I guess in... No, that's not true. Never mind. I thought the fact that I've already drilled through here means, oh, it's better for this to connect up. But I don't think that's true. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, this is forced. I was just trying to find a good abstract description of why, instead of just like, well, I tried it the other way and it doesn't work. This is already getting out. It doesn't have to connect up. Oh, this has to... Okay. This was the right way to go next. All that other stuff I didn't need to do. I could have gotten there by noting this is clear and then this 8 would have solved my problems. I believe. Well, no, because I did still need to know this one, I think. So anyway, everything is connected up now except you. And this column is done, so you are connected. Okay. Yeah, introducing the having to count totals is nice. It's another layer to think about. So 53 here, 59 total mines. So there are 6 between these 3 rows. Okay. This has to get out. It has to use one of these 2 squares, which means that's all the non-walls this column can support. Likewise here. And that's all the mines in this area, is it not? Didn't I just say there were 6 here? I did. Yes, we need 6 more mines on walls on row hints than we have, and that's all 6 of them, so I can do this. Okay. So this 6 then is already satisfied. It needs to do this. This clearly goes here, of course. And now these 6s are done. one of these two gems has to come up into this row. Either these two or these two. So these are filled. And one of them has to come down. Either this one or this one. So these are filled. I can't do the same trick about this, because it could go straight down, could it not? No. Wait, it can't go down. Can it go down at all? We could just barely afford this. But this one could actually drop straight down. So for all I know, like, it ends this way or something. That's not possible because of this 5. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to draw a diagonal line from here to here in order to satisfy this. But how do I prove that? Or not diagonal, kind of staircase pattern. How could these 8s be satisfied? I can't just put these in. I have to put something on this side in. But it can't just be like this, surrounded on all sides, clearly. So it has to connect up or down. If it goes up, it's still stranded. So it has to come down, which means it connects here. And if it's doing that, it can't keep going up. So it has to go left. And that means this area is closed off. And now we know... Oh, this... Okay. Yeah, it's easier to reason about it from here. This 5 means I can only allow one more open area. Which means this gem, it has to be this one, right? It could be, I could go here, that would be fine, but then you'd be trapped. I was thinking I could allow 2, and but even then, I can't go all the way down this long, long hallway, right? So it has to come up here, and that satisfies this whole column. And this one as well. So now we know you go that way, and you have to go down, and now this is done. And then we end up having to draw this staircase that I predicted. I've been here for like an hour. I bet I have. Yeah, I have. All right. Call it a break for today. Got through 7 puzzles. Solved this one 4 or 5 times, though, so that should count for something. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.